Hello, parents of air sign Libra. This is your reading for the month of August. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for your patience while I was away for July. That wasn't my intention, but stuff happens, so you gotta roll with it. And by you, I don't mean you specifically, I just mean in general. When we're faced with challenges, we have to just go with what comes our way and move forward. This is a very interesting, the things that that came out to me was the fact that there is logic, and Libra is a very balanced yet thinking, logical sign. It's an air sign. And I get that your child is not so much like in their head, like locked in their head, but there's some things happening. So they have the spider card in reverse. Very pretty. If you can, let's see if we can get it. There you go. But it's in reverse. And normally it speaks of protection, aid, and wisdom. But I get the sense that there's, because of this web here, there's a sense of vulnerability, openness, but your child is building something with the scarab. Can you see it? Okay, cool. Now I gotta flip it over here so we can read it. I don't know why, but it speaks of regeneration. But I don't know what it is about this card that stood out to me as far as balance. I noticed that you got the wings, it's almost like it's very symmetric, much like the scales of a Libra. And you have male and female, you have two. So they're open. It's very, I don't want to say transparent, but it's vulnerable. There's just like this openness about themselves, while they're yet building and constructing a framework mentally for something. It's like they're building a mental understanding of something, while in the process they're being vulnerable. They have the Amber card in reverse. Normally it speaks of transparency, calm, but I just get the feeling that something is unsettling to them. I don't know if it's at school. I feel like it's an external environmental thing. I'm not really sensing that it's through someone close, although it could be somebody who just is in their presence makes them feel uncomfortable. This person doesn't have to say anything, but it's just like, I'd rather just stay away from that person if I can help it. But I do get a sense of unease, unrest, just not settled, not comfortable, not at peace. How you can help? Reassurance, logical thinking, providing practical answers to kind of help them work through this season, and go by the book, precept upon precept. They also have the for the solution you have I can't even see that. Magnify your intentions. This card says, choose a specific goal to work towards. Your energy is spread out among too many ideas. Please bring your focus back to the key intention and let your angels help. Can't really see that because I was reading it. So concerning your child, I think the solution is still figuring out what that is. There's a lot of unease, there's a lot of unsettled, there's a lot up in the air, no pun intended, that hasn't settled yet. And I almost feel like this is a corporate thinking that's going on within your home, figuring out what is the plan of action. And just try to see if I can get a sense. There's definitely balance for sure, but there's elements still of unease and unrest and uncomfortability. And maybe it's an instance where you see this and you just have to stand and wait and watch and wait for the appointed time to say the words that's going to bring some peace and solitude and alleviate the stress in your child's life. They're still building something. They're still working towards a goal, much like you. But it's like there's still parts of it where they're like, I don't know. I need some more time to work through this, or there's elements that they're not comfortable with. And maybe you're in process of letting go of what no longer serves you and figuring out what's the best solution for you guys. It feels really vague, but that's how it feels. It feels there's no definite right now. It's just, this is how I feel, and it's like that's the place where you're in, is not so much instability, but it just feels like this is a work in progress. Something is not yet stabilized yet. This is very like fluid and almost with like a touch of anxiety, the unknown, and this is still in process. So there's no complete start stop. There's, the solution is still in process, if that makes sense. So that's for your child. In regards to you, you're thinking about something personal. I wonder if you're thinking if you should go like outside of the box, if you should deviate from being legit, or following line by line what you should do. But I also get the sense that this is better for you to just follow this path for now. And I just get for you also that there's just a lot of indecision, and that's okay. But just keep in mind that you are enough. And I almost get the feeling that you know that. You're willing to take risks and see something differently or do something differently to get where you need to go. But I think that you may be struggling with, accepting that you have the answer. The answer doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be linear and by the book. No pun intended. I did that on purpose. But think outside the box and see that there's something there for you. You also have the I am beautiful card in reverse. And I think you may be feeling that you don't have the answers. You may be thinking that you don't have the answers to something, but you do. And your beauty is, the answer is tied up in your beauty. It's like when you accept something that opens the gate for something big and something more to transpire. This is a vague reading because what's going on is very vague. It's not very specific. It's not precise. It just is what it is. And that's the season where you are in this month. Something is in transition for sure. That's what the major overarching theme is for August for, I would say, every sign so far. So be at peace. Know that what is in process will not be in process forever. But I'm just so grateful for the answer that's going to come out on the other side. The transition and just the beauty, the end result that's going to come for the work that you're doing now. So thank you again for your likes, shares, comments, subscribes. Be aware that starting in September, the order is going to be determined by how many likes are on the videos for August. So if you like this video, thank you for liking it. I appreciate it, and we will see you next month.